She said, "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." I replied, "You're right, I don't." Then I packed her things while she was at her mom's. The 35 missed calls started when she realized I'd changed the locks. I, 31 male, had been with Brooke, 29, for 3 years. We'd been living together for the last 18 months in my apartment. The quote in the title? She'd say it at least twice a week, usually after doing something completely unhinged. Examples of her worst that I was supposed to handle. Throwing my PlayStation controller at the wall because I asked her to turn down her music at 2 a.m. Calling my mother a dried-up hag at dinner because she suggested Brooke help with dishes. Getting blackout drunk at my company holiday party and telling my boss his wife looked like a discount escort. Maxing out her credit cards on clothes, then crying about how I didn't support her mental health retail therapy. But last Tuesday, that was the final straw. I came home from a 12-hour shift at the hospital, I'm a radiology tech, to find my apartment destroyed. And I mean destroyed. Broken dishes everywhere, my work laptop smashed, the TV had a heel through it. My couch was soaked in what smelled like wine and bleach. Brooke was sitting in the middle of it all. Mascara running, holding a hammer. "What the hell happened?" She looked up at me with this weird smile. "I saw you liked that skank's photo on Instagram." "What? What photo?" "Don't play dumb." "Heather from your work, the one with the fake tits." I pulled out my phone, confused. Heather had posted a picture of her new rescue dog. I'd liked it because it was a cute dog. I showed Brooke. She laughed, actually laughed. "You think I'm stupid? She wants you, and you encouraged her." By liking a dog photo? That's when she stood up, still holding the hammer, and said it. The magic words. "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." Something in me just snapped, but not in the way she expected. "You're right," I said, deadly calm. "I don't." Her face went through about 6 different expressions. "Wait, what? I don't deserve this. You're absolutely right." I turned around and left, got in my car and drove to my buddy Jerome's place. He took one look at my face and just handed me a beer. The next morning, I called in sick to work. Waited until 10 a.m. when I knew Brooke would be at her mom Darlene's house. She went every Wednesday for their prayer circle/wine morning. Then I went back to my apartment with Jerome and his pickup truck. We packed everything that was hers, and I mean everything. Her clothes, her makeup hoard, her collection of those creepy dolls, her vision boards, all 47 pairs of shoes, even the half-empty shampoo bottles. If it was hers, it went in a box. While packing, I found some interesting things. 4 credit cards I didn't know she had, all maxed out. A journal where she'd written about how she was training me to be her perfect ATM. Screenshots of conversations with someone named Diego, where she called me the placeholder. I took photos of everything, especially the destruction and her journal pages. Changed the locks, $180 well spent. Changed the building entry code. Even changed my Netflix password, petty but necessary. Put all her boxes in the building storage room with a note. "Your belongings. You have 48 hours to collect them." The placeholder. The first call came at 2:14 p.m. I didn't answer. By 6 p.m. I had 35 missed calls, 89 texts, and 12 voicemails. They started off sweet. "Baby, I went home and you changed the locks. Is this a joke?" Then confused, "I don't understand what's happening. Call me back." Then angry, "You can't just lock me out of my home." Then threatening, "I'm calling the police." Then bargaining, "Please, we need to talk. I love you." I responded once, "Your belongings are in the storage room. Building code is 4429. You have 48 hours. That's when Hurricane Brooke made landfall. Update 1, y'all. The entitlement escalated fast. First, she did call the police. 2 officers showed up at my door looking tired. I showed them my lease, only my name, photos of the destruction. Her journal entries about me being a placeholder. Text messages where she admitted to breaking my property. Officer Martinez actually whistled, "Sir, if anything, you could press charges. I just want her to leave me alone." They left. 20 minutes later, Brooke and her mom showed up with the same cops. Darlene was shrieking about domestic abuse and illegal eviction. Officer Martinez looked done. "Ma'am, we just explained. She's not on the lease. She destroyed property. She admitted to it in writing." Darlene pulled out her phone. "I'm recording this. This is discrimination against women. The younger cop, ma'am, please stop. My daughter has rights. She's been living here. That makes her a tenant. I finally spoke up. Actually, she's been staying here rent-free. Never paid a dime. I have bank records showing I paid everything. Brooke started ugly crying. I gave him 3 years of my life and destroyed 3 years of my belongings in one afternoon, I replied. They finally left after the officers threatened to arrest Darlene for harassment. But the entitlement train was just leaving the station. The next morning, I woke up to find my car keyed. Deep scratches spelling out tiny dick on the hood. My building has cameras. Guess who was clearly visible doing it at 3 a.m.? Brooke's mom. Darlene. A 54-year-old woman keyed my car. I filed a police report. Estimate for repairs? $2,100. Then came the social media campaign, but with a twist. Brooke posted our story on TikTok with her crying, claiming I abused her emotionally, isolated her from friends, threw her out because she was too emotional, kept her prisoner in the apartment. The video went semi-viral in our area. 47K views. Problem? She forgot about the apartment's security footage. My building manager, Roberto, is a legend. He saw the video, recognized Brooke, and commented, "Ma'am, we have security footage of you destroying property on Tuesday. Would you like us to post that too?" The video was deleted within an hour. But Brooke wasn't done. Oh no. She convinced Diego, remember him from the journal, to come get her stuff back. This man showed up at my job, at the hospital, during my shift, demanding I be a man and face him. Security escorted him out. My supervisor had to file an incident report. I nearly got suspended until I showed them the messages where Brooke was orchestrating the whole thing. That evening, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Brooke's sister, Kelsey. "You need to take her back." Excuse me? She's staying with me and she's driving me insane. She won't stop crying. She won't stop drinking. She keeps trying to burn your photos in my bathroom sink. My landlord is threatening eviction. Sounds like a you problem. I'll pay you. What? I'll pay you $5,000 to take her back. Kelsey, are you seriously trying to pay me to take back your sister? Yes, she's been here 3 days and she's already destroyed my coffee table, scared off my boyfriend, and got me banned from my yoga studio. How did she? She followed me there and screamed that the instructor was a homewrecker because she kind of looks like that Heather girl. I hung up, but the extinction. Wait, no, the summit of entitlement came that night. Update 2. I need y'all to understand that what happened next was so unhinged. My lawyer asked me to repeat it 3 times. Brooke decided if she couldn't have me, she'd take everything else. First, she called my job claiming I'd stolen controlled substances. HR had to do a whole investigation. I had to take a drug test. The irony? Brooke didn't know that radiology techs don't have access to controlled substances. We work with imaging equipment, not pharmacy drugs. My boss was furious about the false accusation. Then, she tried to get me kicked out of my apartment. She told Roberto, building manager, that I was dealing drugs. Roberto, who'd already seen the security footage of her rampage, just forwarded her emails to me and wrote, "Your ex needs help, bro." But here's where she really messed up. Brooke decided to throw herself a freedom party at a downtown club. Posted all over social media about how she was celebrating escaping abuse and living her best life. She even started a Venmo fund asking people to support a domestic violence survivor. She raised about $300. Meanwhile, I was quietly documenting everything. Every post, every lie, every defamatory statement. My lawyer friend, Antoine, was building a case. The freedom party was Saturday night. Sunday morning, I got a call from Jerome. "Bro, check Instagram." Now, Brooke had live-streamed herself at the party, doing coke in the bathroom, clearly visible, admitting she destroyed his shit because he deserved it, laughing about how she was going to ruin his career, making out with 3 different guys, getting kicked out for starting a fight with a bartender who cut her off. But the best part? Diego was there. Diego's wife was watching the live stream. She commented, "Who the F is this bitch making out with my husband?" The live ended abruptly. Monday morning, I filed restraining order, granted immediately based on evidence, defamation lawsuit, claim for destroyed property, criminal complaint for the false accusations. Brooke was served at Kelsey's apartment. According to Kelsey, who texted me begging for advice, Brooke completely lost it. Threw Kelsey's TV out the window. It hit someone's car. The cops were called. Brooke was arrested. But wait, there's more. Darlene started a Facebook group called Justice for Brooke, trying to rally support. She posted my full name, photo, and workplace. Said I was dangerous and predatory. My lawyer was practically giddy. She just made your defamation case a slam dunk. We sent a cease and desist. Darlene doubled down. Posted my phone number asking people to let him know what you think of abusers. I started getting calls, but not the ones Darlene expected. See, quite a few people knew Brooke. They called to apologize for ever introducing us, share their own horror stories about her, offer to testify on my behalf, warn me she'd done this to taboo other guys. One guy, Trevor, had screenshots from 2 years ago. Brooke had destroyed his apartment too. He'd filed a police report but never pursued it. He sent me everything. Another guy, Marcus, still had threatening texts from her after he broke up with her. She told his job he was embezzling. He lost his position and had to move to another state. We had a pattern. My lawyer upgraded from giddy to ecstatic. Update 3. The court date for the restraining order hearing was something else. Brooke showed up in a white dress, again with the white dresses in court, with Darlene, Kelsey, and her Aunt Francine. They sat there like they were at a wedding, not a legal proceeding. My side, me, my lawyer, Antoine, and surprisingly, Trevor and Marcus, who flew in to testify. Brooke's lawyer tried to argue I was financially manipulating her by changing the locks. The judge asked how someone who never paid rent could be financially manipulated. He made her dependent on him. The judge looked at my evidence. Sir, do you have records of asking Ms. Brooke to contribute? I pulled out my phone. Showed texts where I'd asked her to help with groceries, utilities, anything. Her responses were variations of, if you loved me, you wouldn't ask, and a real man provides. Then Trevor testified. Showed photos of his destroyed apartment. The judge's eyebrows went up. Marcus testified via video call. He couldn't afford to fly in. Showed his termination letter based on Brooke's false accusations. Brooke's lawyer tried to object, saying past relationships weren't relevant. The judge disagreed. They establish a pattern of behavior. Then came my evidence: the destroyed apartment, the journal, the keyed car, the false accusations to my employer, the defamatory social media posts. The judge turned to Brooke. Ms. Brooke, would you like to explain? She started crying. I loved him. I gave him everything. He threw me away like garbage. Did you destroy his property? I was emotional. Did you key his car? That was my mother. Darlene stood up. I was defending my daughter. The judge had her removed from the courtroom. Did you make false accusations to his employer? I thought he was on drugs. He was acting strange. Did you post defamatory content online? I was sharing my truth. The judge granted the restraining order. 5 years, no contact. She also recommended criminal charges be pursued. Brooke exploded, started screaming that I'd ruined her life, that I was evil, that she'd make sure everyone knew what kind of person I was. The judge added another year to the restraining order and held her in contempt. As they escorted her out, she screamed, "If you can't handle me at my worst." The bailiff cut her off. "Ma'am, no one has to handle anything. Keep walking." Outside the courthouse, Kelsey approached me. "I'm sorry. She's always been like this. We thought she'd grow out of it. She's 29. Yeah. Mom enabled her, made excuses, said she was spirited and passionate. Really, she's just entitled and cruel." Francine came over, dragging Darlene. "Apologize, now." Darlene glared at me. "I'm sorry you couldn't handle a strong woman." Francine smacked her upside the head. "That's not an apology." She turned to me. "I'm sorry about my sister and niece. They're both insane. Send me the bill for your car. I'll pay it." I was shocked. "You don't have to." "Yes, I do. This family needs to start taking responsibility. Brooks destroyed 3 men's lives that we know of. It ends now." Final update. The criminal case moved forward. Brooke was charged with vandalism, destruction of property, filing false reports, harassment. She pled guilty to avoid jail time, got 200 hours community service, mandated anger management, $5,000 restitution to me, probation for 2 years. The defamation lawsuit is ongoing, but my lawyer says it's a slam dunk. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember Diego? His wife reached out to me. Turns out Brooke had been telling him she was single and that I was her stalker ex. He thought he was protecting her. His wife was less than pleased. She sent me screenshots of Brooke and Diego's conversations. Brooke was planning to baby trap him once his divorce went through. She'd been poking holes in condoms and tracking her cycle. Diego's wife sent those screenshots to Diego. He blocked Brooke immediately and begged his wife for counseling. Brooke, now banned from contacting me, turned her attention to a new target. Some 22-year-old crypto bro named Phoenix she met at community service. Within a week, she'd moved into his condo. Kelsey texted me updates. We'd become weird friends through this. Day 3. She broke his PS5 because he played games with a female friend. Day 5. She threw his protein powder off the balcony because he looked at the gym receptionist. Day 7. She maxed out a credit card he'd given her for emergencies. Day 10. He kicked her out after she called his mom a geriatric gold digger. His mom is married to his dad. She moved back with Darlene. Last I heard, she's banned from 3 coffee shops for harassing baristas. Kelsey went no contact after Brooke tried to seduce her boyfriend. Francine is paying for therapy that Brooke refuses to attend. Darlene started a blog about raising strong women in a weak world. Phoenix is warning every man in his crypto Discord about her. As for me, I'm doing great. Got promoted at work. My boss felt bad about the false accusations. Started dating Rochelle, a nurse from pediatrics. She thinks the whole story is insane and makes jokes about handling her at her worst, which is forgetting to do laundry. My apartment is fixed up, peaceful, drama-free. Trevor, Marcus, and I started a group chat called Survivors. We mostly share memes and congratulate each other on dodging that bullet. My lawyer says the defamation case will likely settle for mid-5 figures. I'm planning to donate half to a domestic violence shelter for actual victims and use the rest for a nice vacation. Oh, and the best part? Last week, I ran into Brooke at a grocery store. She was violating the restraining order but didn't see me. She was with some new guy, screaming at him because he bought the wrong brand of oat milk. As he apologized profusely, she said it. The words, "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." I wanted to warn him. I really did. But then I remembered how I didn't listen when Trevor's friend tried to warn me. Some lessons have to be learned the hard way. But I did leave a note on his car. Google her name plus restraining order. Good luck. To anyone reading this in a relationship with someone who uses that quote unironically, run. Someone who truly loves you doesn't have a worst that destroys your belongings, your reputation, and your mental health. Their worst should be being grumpy before coffee or crying during dog movies, not this. Brooke, if you're reading this and knowing you've made a fake account to stalk my Reddit. Phoenix's friend sent me the TikTok of you getting arrested at that brunch place for throwing mimosas at a waitress. The internet is forever. Good luck with that. To everyone else, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. The first time. Not after they've destroyed your apartment, keyed your car, and tried to ruin your career. Choose peace, choose yourself, and definitely choose better locks. Edit, since some of you asked, yes, I'm pursuing the criminal charges for violating the restraining order at the grocery store. My lawyer says it's another nail in the coffin. Edit 2, Rochelle wants me to add that she read this, and her worst is also when she forgets we have plans and double books herself. Still better than property destruction. Edit 3. Phoenix apparently found this post. He DM'd me. He's pressing charges too. The restraining order brotherhood grows stronger.